Welcome to Study Loop.
We're given a scenario of selling a personal computer retail company that sells five different models of computers represented in matrix M as the number of columns. So each column represents a different model from models A through E, and each row represents stores. So we have three stores of this personal computer retail industry or computer company. And matrix N describes the cost. And the first column represents wholesale price, and the second column represents retail price, which obviously includes higher costs, higher numbers. And part A asks for what the retail value of the inventory at store 2 is. So at store 2, we have, this is store 2, this row. So we're going to multiply the row with, and we're trying to find retail. So retail is this column over here, the second column. And we just multiply it. So 2 times 840 plus 3 times 1800 plus 5 times 2400 plus 0 plus 6 times 4900. And we can plug this into a calculator. And we actually get that the value is equal to 48,480. This is the total value of all the computers, the inventory, the retail price of the computers in store 2. And part B asks for the wholesale value of the inventory at store 3. So store 3 is over here. And the wholesale value is in this column over here, so wholesale. And we do the same thing. We do the same process, 10 times 700 plus 4 times 1400 plus 3 times 1800 plus 4 times 2700 plus 3 times 3500. And get that this value is equal to, plug this into a calculator, 39,300. And the next part asks us, part C asks us what N times M, so what the interpretations are for M times N and N times M. So M times N, so the number of number of columns in M, the first matrix, must be equal to the number of columns in the number of rows in the second. So number of columns here is 5, and number of rows here is 5 as well. So we can create a product from this, and the interpretation is that that value is the cost of inventory at both um, at both wholesale and retail prices values in each store. And when we look at N times M, the number of columns in N is 2, and number of rows in M is 3. So since they're not equal to each other, we can't multiply this. So this is actually not possible. But M times N is possible. And then part D asks us to find the product of N times M, or M times N, sorry, and to label the rows and columns. So we can plug this into a calculator. We can plug these two together and multiply these matrices, and we actually get 33,400, 35,600, 39,300, 42,160, 48,480, and 50,700. So this is the cost, and this represents over here store 1, store 2, and store 3. And this represents, the first column represents wholesale prices, and the second column represents retail prices. And in part E, we're asked to discuss the methods of multiplication that where we can find the total inventory of each model. So total inventory of each model, we can actually well, we can actually just add the rows to find the total price. This is asking for total inventory at all 3 stores of each model on hand. So for each model is corresponding to each column. So we actually get that total is, you can just multiply. If we're not finding the value, we're only looking for the total inventory. We just add all of the rows together, all the columns. So this is equal to 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 7 plus 1. So 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 7 plus 1. And so this is equal to 6 plus 6 and 9, 16, 17. So 17 at store 1. And store 2 is 2 plus 3, which is 5, plus 5, which is 10. 6, so this is 16 at store 2. And 10 plus 4, 14, 17, 21, 24 at store 3. And just like that, we have the total inventory at all 3 stores. And we can add this up to achieve our final total of all of the products, which is 57. And then part F, we're asked to discuss the methods where we can find the total inventory of all 5 models at each store. Well, to inventory of all. So we already did that over here. If we want to find the total amount of each model, we can add the columns. So we just add 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 10. This gives us 16 for model A. And then we add 2 plus 3 plus 4. And this gives us 9 for model B. And then we add 3 plus 5 plus 3, which gives us 11 for model C. And 7 plus 0 plus 4, giving us 11 for model D. And model E is 1 plus 6 plus 3, gives us 10. And now we have all of these values. And to find the total, we can just multiply, or add, 16 plus 9 plus 11 plus 11 plus 10 is equal to 57. Which is exactly what we got here, so which makes sense.